Liebe Schwestern,
Dear brothers and sisters, in the worldwide communities, under the sign of the lily of the free spirit, God in us, in the Messianic, Sophianic age. Our topic today is We are beings of the law of the cosmos.
Jeder von uns
in our conscious mind and subconscious, each one of us is still burdened, which is why unrest and haste crop up every day, because the subconscious wants to unburden itself, so that the soul, that is, the light of the soul, can break through and be able to shine in our conscious mind. Sooner or later, each one of us will remember that he or she is a son or a daughter of infinity, a being of the all, which is integrated in the law of the cosmos. Sooner or later, each one of us will wonder, how will I become aware that I am a being of the all, integrated in the law of the cosmos? Thus, we have to realize that we have to leave our small egoistical world in order to enter the cosmos, which is our true being.
Was in unserem Unter- und Oberbewusstsein schwingt,
what vibrates in our conscious mind and subconscious is often our desires and worries, our passions, the for and against, also the hectic activity we display, including being against our neighbor. The law of the cosmos is love and peace. Through our hectic activity, through haste, that is, through restlessness, we have become without peace. Our lack of peace lies, as stated, in our conscious mind and subconscious. It is what does not allow the light to break through. The law of the cosmos, the love and the peace. Consequently, we, every single one of us, have to realize each day what bothers us. Who is making us rush? Why, in the morning, for instance, unrest and haste afflict our whole being? Who is that? Mostly we seek in the outer world. It is the neighbor with whom we had an unpleasant conversation yesterday. It is our colleague at work. It is the husband, the wife, the children who do not act as we would like. Perhaps it is even our boss who gives us a task that does not suit us. It is always the others, isn't it? The law of the cosmos of love and peace tells us, whatever bothers you about your neighbor, that is, what moves you, makes you hectic, as if in a rage, your discord, your unkindness, everything that makes you restless, is what you are yourself. This is very hard for us human beings to accept. But if the law of the cosmos is infinity, love and peace, then it must be our fault when we are hectic, envious, quarrelsome, hateful, that is, when we get restless and in a hurry. The one who watches himself will very soon sense that when he or she is not totally satisfied with his or her neighbor, colleague, boss, husband, wife, with the children, that something is rising from the subconscious. What? That which we have stuffed into our subconscious, so to speak. It is the many, many thoughts against our neighbor. It is the unrest and haste which has words. What does the subconscious say to us? We don't perceive it right away. We have to address it. That is, we have to pause for a moment and ask ourselves, what does the unrest, the haste, the hectic activity, that is, the discord, want to tell me? The one who practices a bit of patience with himself perceives the language of the subconscious. From the unrest, from the hectic activity, maybe even from an aggression against our neighbor, comes the thought that we stuffed into our subconscious. And this thought is what tells us who we are, not who our neighbor is. It may possibly be that our neighbor is partly to blame for a cause, for the hectic activity, for the excessive hustle and bustle. But what is our part? That is what is important. Jesus said that already. Remove the beam from your own eye before you get upset about the splinter in the eye of your brother. And so the inner path means, first, look for your own beam and rectify it. Cleanse your conscious mind and subconscious. Through this, you cleanse your soul and find access to the light in you. which is the law of the cosmos, the divine law of love and of peace. Each one of us wants access to the light. Each one of us wants to learn whether God exists. If we burden our subconscious and our conscious mind and our soul, how can the light shine through the spiritual particles of our soul into our body to our conscious mind? Therefore, we have to first create the channel from without to within. That is why it is said, put order in your life. And to our life belongs, after all, our subconscious and our conscious mind. If you believe that as an eternal being, here I don't mean the human being, but your soul, you are integrated in the law of the cosmos, which is divine, then you are immortal. Whatever is immortal is free. Consequently, the law of the cosmos is love, peace, and thus freedom. The freedom that you bear within yourself obligates you, because you have accepted the freedom to decide for yourself how you can determine your life also in the further course of incarnations. Thus you have it in hand to decide about your life, that is, your lives on earth. Your physical body may very well be put together biologically, but in all things, in every component of your body, is the cosmic, eternal law, the law of the cosmos, the spirit of infinity. And thus, as beings of the law of the cosmos, as cosmic beings, you are responsible for what you do or do not do. As a result of this, your fate is your input potential, which consists of your feeling, sensing, thinking, speaking, and acting. You are responsible for these 5 components, as well as for the 5 components of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and touching. These are energies that you control yourself, and which have an effect on your soul and thus on certain planetary constellations that store your inputs and that accompany you and come into effect at some point. This cycle will continue. It is the cycle of rebirth, until you find your way out of this wheel by working off your past, so that grave burdens, that is, inputs that are against the law of the cosmos, have been removed, that is, are bygone. We think that if we think in an apparently positive way, if we, as we believe, are favorably disposed towards someone, then these are positive inputs. But what is behind these so-called positive inputs? I am favorably disposed to the one, toward the other in turn less so. I reject the next one. Why am I well disposed toward the one and reject the other one? The next one is at the edge of my so-called goodwill, because the one may bring a human gain for me, because he does what I demand or expect of him. The other, who is at the edge of my so-called goodwill, fulfills what I want only partially. The next one does not fulfill it at all. Thus, I weigh and measure, and am especially inclined toward the one who does much for me personally. I see this as a positive input, as a good thought, but it is a conniving thought, which means what is behind it. A positive thought, a genuinely positive thought, has to be worked out. We have to train our conscious mind to the extent that we question whether it is really a positive thought. If I reject my neighbor, then I have to explore the reason why I reject him. Then I come to question myself. Why do I favor the one? Thus, always, when I favor one person and reject the other, I should not first ask myself why I favor the one, but why I reject the other one. Then I will know why I favor the one.
Liebe Schwestern,
Dear sisters, dear brothers, there is a lot to question. In the free communities, under the sign of the lily, we can talk about the answers that each one found for him or herself. Our own experiences can help our neighbor. And let us remember the words of the Christ of God. Wherever 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I am in the midst of them.
Mitten unter ihnen.
Der Ruf des Christus Gottes durch Sophia.
The call of the Christ of God through Sophia. The Messianic Sophianic age is the light of the appearance of the Christ of God in alert, God-conscious souls and people. His call to all of us. Come all to me, the Christ of God. I want to lead you and place the truth in your heart. God in you. For you are the temple of God, and the Spirit of love, which is God, dwells in you.
Fürchtet euch nicht.
Fear not.
Betet in das Christus
Pray
Gottes
into the Christ of
Bewusstsein
God
hinein,
consciousness,
das in der Nähe
which pulsates
eures physischen
near your
Herzens
physical heart.
pulsiert. Ich, das Leben,
I,
bin
the
euer
life, am the one who
Wegbereiter
paves the way
und
for you
durch
and go
euren
with you
Tag
through your day
und in das
and into the
wahre
true
Leben,
life,
das im
which knocks
Urgrund
in the
eurer
very
Seele
basis of
pocht,
your soul,
das
which
euch
makes you
frei
free
macht und
and
euch
prepares you for
vorbereitet für
eternity.
die Ewigkeit. Wann und wo, das übergebt mir,
When
dem Christus
and where,
Gottes,
leave
denn
that to
ich
me,
bin
the
der
Christ of God,
geistige Messias
for I
und
am
euer
the
Erlöser,
spiritual Messiah
der
and
ist
your
vom
Redeemer,
Vater gesandt
who is sent
und
by the
der war
Father
in
and who
Jesus
was
von
in
Nazareth.
Jesus of Nazareth.
Meine Worte als
My
Jesus
words
von
as
Nazareth
Jesus of
sind
Nazareth
die
are the
erlösenden,
redeeming,
gleich
that is,
befreienden
liberating
Worte.
words.
Ich komme bald.
I come soon.
Deshalb der Ruf.
Therefore the
Kommet
call,
alle zu
come
mir,
all to
dem
me,
Christus
the
Gottes
Christ of
her,
God,
zu eurem
to your
Erlöser,
Redeemer who dwells
in
in
euch
you,
wohnt,
who
der
waits
auf
for you,
euch wartet
and
und
who
der euch
wants to
führen
lead you
möchte
to
in
the
das
eternal
ewige
Father's
Vaterhaus.
house.
Dann,
Then,
wenn euch der
when the
ewige
Eternal
ruft,
calls you,
Gott, mein
God,
Vater,
my
der
Father,
auch euer
who is
Vater
also your Father.
Fürchtet euch nicht.
Fear
Der
not.
Ewige kennt den Tag
The Eternal
und
knows
die
the day
Stunde,
and
denn
the
das
hour,
Licht der Heimat
for the light of the
atmet
homeland
durch euch
breathes through you
und
and
begleitet
goes with your
euren
breath.
Atem. Ich, der Christus Gottes,
I,
rufe
the
euch
Christ
und
of God,
bitte euch,
call
die
you and
Lampen
ask
mit
you
Öl zu
to fill
füllen,
your lamps with
denn
oil,
das Licht
for the light in
euch
you
ist
is
der
the
Weg,
way, the
die
truth,
Wahrheit
and
und
the
das
life.
Leben. Ich, Christus, bin die Wahrheit
I,
und das
Christ,
Leben.
am the truth and the life.
Ich bin bei euch
I
alle
am with
Tage
you all the
eures
days
irdischen
of your
Lebens
earthly life
und in
and
Ewigkeit.
in all eternity.
Seine Söhne und Töchter
His
sind
sons
die
and daughters
Ewigkeit
are the
in
eternity
ihm,
in Him, in me, the caller
dem
in you.
Rufer in euch. Folget also mir nach, dem
So follow
Jesus,
me,
dem
the Jesus,
Christus.
the
Ich
Christ.
kenne den
I
Weg
know the way
ins
to
Leben.
life.
Ich bin das Leben.
I am the life.
డిజిటల్ తెరపై పుట్టిన మీమ్స్ ఇప్పుడు దేశ రాజధాని రోడ్లపైకి వస్తున్నాయా? మిలియన్ల విద్యార్థుల ఆవేదన లేక విపక్షాల పనిన